Hey, what's up everybody? This is Eric, the Bay Area Collector. And today I'm going to be reviewing a game that originally I was going to review a different game, but because I had a busy schedule this week and I didn't have time to prepare for it, I ended up not doing it. But this particular game, I actually just beat the game yesterday. And what I'm going to be reviewing today is the Sega Master System version of Michael Jackson's Moonwalker. This game was made back in 1990, so was the Genesis version of it, and a lot of there was also other versions of the game, like in the computer consoles, like I don't know if the Amiga, Commodore 64, all those type of consoles. But my biggest memory of this game was playing it on the arcade, on the Genesis, and the Sega Master System. So today I'll be reviewing this version. I got it complete with the manual, and something about the Sega Master System games. I'm not sure if this is a European version of the game, or was just the American version, being that it was made way late in the Sega Master System cycle. But one thing I noticed that a lot of the European version games, their manuals look like this, kind of like the Nintendo booklets, whereas the original US version Sega Master System manuals, they're the long version. They're like that, and then it flips, it's a longer version. But anyways, this is the manual for the game. And here's the box. This game has 6 levels. It starts off in the club, then it goes to the parking lot level, then it goes to the graveyard, then it goes to a cave, then to like a factory or a laboratory, and then the last level, the 6th level, is kind of like the boss level, kind of like a boss. Each level is divided into 3 sections, but the boss level has 2 sections, so it's like level 6-1 and level 6-2, but then all the other levels are like 1-1, 1-2, and 1-3, 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, and so forth. It's a fun game. The cool thing about this game was that it includes all those cool songs like Billie Jean, Bad, Smooth Criminal. The only one song that I did not like at all, which was like, what the heck did they do, was level 3 in the graveyard. I would have thought they would have played Thriller, but they didn't. It would have been cool if they had that song in there, but it didn't play it in this version. It was a random song. Maybe if anybody has any comments, maybe they'll know if it was a Michael Jackson song. Maybe it just didn't recognize it. But other than that, all the other levels had Michael Jackson songs, which for an 8-bit version of the game has pretty cool graphics, and it had a pretty cool sounding tune on the game. Although the only thing I didn't like about it was that it didn't have the Michael Jackson's woohoo, when he yells and does all of that. The 16 version of the Genesis version 1 does have that, as well as the arcade version. Maybe in the future I'll do a quick review of the arcade version of Moonwalker, and if I ever get the 16-bit version in the Genesis for Moonwalker, I will definitely do a review. That game is awesome. However, right now, obviously because Michael Jackson passed away already, and it was a popular game, it's becoming a more sought after game. So I will be playing the game on the Retron 5. I have an adapter, which is a 3-in-1 adapter for the Retron 5, which plays Sega Master System games, Sega cards, the old Sega Master System card games, and the Sega Game Gear games. So I'll give it a go. I'll go ahead and show you a quick video of the first level of Michael Jackson Moonwalker on the Sega Master System, and I'll show it right now. Okay everybody, so I have the game set up here on my Retron 5. Again, I'm a big cheater, so I'm using cheats. That's why I passed the game. But we're going to be playing it on the Retron 5. And I'm actually finally using a Nintendo controller. I don't know if you guys can see. Sorry. Anyways, so that's the title screen. I like the way that they do these levels, how they transform. It's pretty cool. So one of the things that I did with the cheats is that I can use the hat right off the bat. It's like a power-up. You would start and you would do a kick. So the whole object of the game is you have to look through each doors and rescue the children. In the meantime, you have to beat up the bad guys. And you can also go into these windows and see if there's any kids. See, I just rescued somebody. They say it's kids, but it looks like a young teenage girl, so I don't know. It's kind of funny. And then right now it's playing Smooth Criminal. I got a power up. If you press pause, it tells you how many kids you need to rescue to pass the next section of the game. Found another one. There we go. Got one more, I believe. Yes, one more, and then I'll beat the level, the section. Not the level, but the section. And that's one thing, I didn't know that you could look through the windows. I had a hard time passing one of the levels because of that. And as you can see, so it's saying you'll never catch me. So now we're at level 1, 2. Or actually, is this the boss level? Maybe the boss level. It looks like in every, I believe like every little section you have like, it's not a boss level, but you have to beat up on the guys in order to progress through the next section. So there you go. And then it gives you a time bonus. So it's 1, 2. How many children for this one? 6. So we gotta look for 6 kids. Or should I say teenagers? Looks like teenage girls. It's funny. On the Sega Genesis version of the game, it's actually children. They actually look, I believe, if I remember, they look kind of like little red overalls, kind of like Alex Kidd, so it's kind of comical. And they kind of look like smaller kids. But in here, for some reason, it looks like they're girls, young teenage girls or something. It's hilarious. Power up. How many left? 2 more. It's cool that in the Retron 5 you can pause it in your controller, because if you had an original Sega Master System, the very original one, and I don't know if the Master System 2, you have to press the pause button on the system. I remember that. I used to hate that with the Sega Master. But man, I wish I had it. Wish I have that system. It's really cool looking. And believe it or not, I'm using the Nintendo controller to play this game. And I feel I beat the game on the Retron 5 controller, and I feel like it's more responsive on the Retron 5 controller. And I was using this one because the last time I did a review, I was having issues with the controller. And now I can't find the children. Oh, here we go. Got another level. There she goes. Wow. Yeah, this one's not responsive. There we go. There she goes. So yeah, each time you beat a section, you do have like a mini boss battle where you beat up a bunch of the bad guys. See, I didn't get a bonus because it took too long. Hey everybody, so what is my take about this game? Well, I definitely like the Genesis version better, way better, as well as the arcade version, the MAME. Well, you can play it on MAME on the emulator, but the arcade, I remember actually putting coins and playing it. So, but for a Sega Master System game, you know, there's not that many games in the system, and I definitely believe that this is one of the better games that's out there for the Sega Master System. I believe that graphically and musically they try to do the best they could on the game, and they pretty much got it. You know, I kind of like the music. You know, I like the music that they did on the levels and everything for this game. They did their best to make it sound as original as they could. One of the things that I remember either reading or hearing about was that Michael Jackson at the time, he kind of oversaw the production of the game because he wanted to make sure that if it was a game about him, you know, or he approached the developers to make a game about him or something. I don't know, or if it had something to do with the music that he wanted to overlook the whole production of the game. If anybody wished to comment, you know, or clarify what I'm saying in the comments below, go ahead. But anyways, he tried to, you know, he was involved in the game. And I think overall it's a great game for a Sega Master System. If you're a collector for the Sega Master System, it's a must-have. Is it a hidden gem? I would say no. However, the Genesis version is. It's way better, which is the reason why it's also going. Well, they're both going for pretty much these days. I don't know. I know that at the time I bought it for a good deal, but I don't know nowadays how much it's gonna cost. But anyways, if you're collecting for the Sega Master System, you'd want to pick this copy up. And I believe that it's for a Sega Master System collector, it's a must-have. Anyways, this has been Eric, the Bay Area Collector. I will see you next time. I have a couple of ideas that I want to throw out there. I have a lot of games that I would love to review. So just stay tuned. And we'll see what comes up next week. Peace.